fucking CIA is hiring pedophiles now. So if you're a sexual predator or a convicted fucking sex offender, go to the CIA right now. They're hiring you. They'll put you in a room with a bunch of pedophiles. You can just talk to people because you got beat up and picked on your whole life. You can talk to people from a satellite now. They take all your cell phones. You have no electronic equipment. They don't even give you a TV. But guess what? You can hide from people, because I know that's what pedophiles like to do. Homosexuals and pedophiles. You can hide from people and you can talk shit to them through a satellite. How exciting is that? So if you're a sexual predator, a homosexual, or a pedophile, go to the CIA. They're hiring your kind right now. They're hiring you guys in big numbers. And they're stuffing you in computer labs. And they're giving you jobs. Oh wait, here's the catch though. They don't pay you though. They don't pay you. Because your sorry ass is gonna tell them you don't care about being down in the basement. Because that's where you pedophiles are used to being at. In your mom's basement, jerking off to little kids. So what they do is they give you the Taj Mahal of that. They give you the Taj Mahal basement with all sorts of cool technology that you can spy on people with, and you can jerk off in your little cubicle to anything you want. So if you're a gay, pedophile, or a sexual predator, the fucking CIA is hiring right now. And guess what? They feed you 3 times a day. You get unlimited drugs too, because they drug you. Because they're fucking because that's what they do. They take advantage of pedophiles. The CIA takes advantage of everybody. And they figured out a solution. If you're a pedophile, you don't need much to be happy. All you need is a hiding spot. They feed you 3 times a day, unlimited fucking drugs, and a hiding spot. And you'll fit right in with them. This is for the deep state of the CIA. They are really hiring pedophiles, sexual predators, and homosexuals. That line should be out the door right now. But there's a couple of things that you have to do. Everybody has to hate you, which usually that's the case when you're a pedophile or a sexual predator. Everybody already hates you. That's a given. That's mandatory. So that's why they accept pedophiles. Or if you're a sexual predator, most of the time, 90% of the people around you or in your life, even your family, fucking hate you. So those are the people that they go after because they don't want you to have too much baggage. You can't have any kids, and if you do, they don't want you in your kid's life. If you have testicles, because we won't even call them dudes anymore. If you have testicles, they give you a surgery so you can't even reproduce anymore. What the fuck kind of a deal is that? You guys should be lined up. All you sexual predators and kid fuckers and rapists, go to the CIA. They're hiring your kind. But there's only certain rules. Everybody has to hate you. You have to take it in the ass. You have to get your little nuts chopped off. But nobody cares about that, because when the fuck did you ever plan on reproducing anyway? You have to be a junkie. And you have to score right around the average of a retard. Oh, and want to hear some more about statistics? Most sexual predators are within a few points of almost being mentally challenged. Did you guys know that? So that would make sense why they're hiring pedophiles and fucking sexual predators. So what these people want me to tell you what you're gonna do, what your job title is? It is being exactly what you're good at. Nothing. The first time in your sorry ass lives, you will actually be good at doing something. You will be skilled at this. Sexual predators, rapists, kid fuckers, all that, for the first time in your lives, you will actually be really good at this. Want to know what that includes? Hiding, staring at people's genitals through satellite, watching underage people through their eyes, trying to tell people what to do when they just ignore you. So you should be used to all this anyways. Calling the police. Oh, here's another one, I forget. You can call the police on people and they barely listen to you. They actually make these people feel important. So when they get their contact, so they can call the police on people like me. They lock onto a target like me, right? They lock onto you, and then they call the fucking police on you. And it's so fucking sad because the little pedophile calls that I'm talking about are like a bunch. It's like a special ed group. It really is. It's like a real special ed group. Did you guys ever see, if you went to school, if you're a pedophile and you're still listening to this shit, you should already be in the CIA, at the CIA right now, signing up. You shouldn't even be listening to this anymore. So to all the other people, do you guys remember walking by the classroom and there was special ed students in there with like the helmets on and shit like that? I'm not making fun of them. But what I am saying is, you get the vibes when you walk by that room, right? Just, you almost feel bad for them, right? But in this case, you really have that scenario. But there are a bunch of hand-picked pedophiles that are almost equal to or equivalent to that level of what those people are going through. Those people don't know any better. These people are just barely smart enough to know the difference, but are lacking serious brain cells. So what the pussy ass CIA does is they grab they round them all up, right? And they put them in a little room together. They let them compete. Oh, here's the thing, not for money, for points. Points. This is what this shit is coming to. All the little pedophiles that are in these voice to skull rooms and these weapons testing groups and the remote neuromonitoring groups that are not scientists, like fucking retard James Giordano says. They're not scientists. They are really fucking stupid pedophiles getting fucking free jobs from the CIA. Isn't that crazy? They figured everything out. They figured everything out. They even figured out who to take advantage of. Everybody that's part of this little program, including the target. There's point A, which is the group of pedophiles. Point B, which is the satellite or the remote device. And then there's point C, which is the target. Or you were labeled as a false threat by the government. And all the pedophiles sit in their little rooms and they lie about everything so they can keep watching you. So the little groups of pedophiles that the CIA is hiring, they feel like a little team. They really think they're a little team. They don't leave. They're in a cult, so they don't leave. They just sit there in a little room and they all play with joysticks together. And it's simplified for even retards to use. They all just press buttons. Picture this. A special ed room that I was talking about earlier, right? Excuse me, I got heartburn. The special ed room that you had when you were in school that you felt bad for, right? Picture them in a computer lab supplied by the government, and they're just sitting there pressing buttons and joysticks. They're given technology that is way too fucking complex for them. But the technology is stepped down and simplified for even pedophiles to use. So what the CIA does, because that's all the CIA does. The CIA is known for taking advantage of every situation. So the target gets taken advantage of because we're going out of our minds trying to find these fucking little pedophiles, and we know they're out there. But when we're trying to explain it to people, the first thing they're going to do is open a medical book and say, oh, you have a medical issue. You have some sort of psychosis. You have some sort of some sort of psychosis in the psychology field, because the CIA even took advantage of them and doesn't train them about what they really have going on in the world. So what do the psychiatrists do? They open their fucking little book up and they say, oh, you have some sort of psychosis. You have substance abuse psychosis. So the CIA took advantage of the psychologists, the whole psychology field, on top of taking advantage of the little pedophiles that are working for free for them, that are sitting in their little computer lab that the pussy ass government made for them. They're sitting there, they feel like a little teen for the first time in their life. They actually feel important. Because before they got put in their little computer lab, they were getting the book slapped out of their hands, they were getting flicked in the fucking face, they were getting their ear twisted, they were getting titty twisters, they were getting hung upside down by their ankles, picked on, bullied, shoved into lockers. So what happens to these type of people is, they see little Napoleon Dynamite getting picked on and beat up. So finally they see this dude on his last leg and he doesn't have anything going on in life. Either he goes and fucking does some nasty shit sexually to some little kid, and instead of locking him away for the rest of his life and nobody knowing where he went, they give him a job with the government. Isn't that fucking, like, I'll be damned, right? I know you're sitting there like, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. No, but I really do know what I'm talking about. And it's really sad, but it's true. It's really sad, but it's true. The CIA takes advantage of every situation, just like pedophiles. That's why people, you guys, you probably hear the expression all the time. There's a lot of pedophilia in the deep state of the government. This is what they mean. Do you understand now? So they're taking advantage of every situation. This is the pedophilia that they're talking about. These outside users that say, oh, this is the pedophilia involved in it. All them steps them little pussy ass Freemasons make to be a part, to get to the 30 whatever step. Yes, I said the pussy ass Freemasons. So they graduate, and it's like, you know how when you get older, you decline? Your health declines, you get dumber. It's like you turn back into a baby the older you get. You gotta have someone wipe your ass when you this is how this works. The higher you go up in the steps of this fucking weirdo program, it takes you to another level of pedophilia until you're making sacrifices. And once they're sacrificing little kids, they don't have morals anymore. So then the pussy ass CIA throws these fucking pedophile scumbags in a fucking room together, and they feel like they're elite. Even though they're not getting paid, they somehow brainwash these people to feel like they're actually important. They give them a hiding spot, a quantum computer, a little group of fucking friendly pedophiles that sits in a room and just lies about everything to everybody. So when the commanding officer pops his pussy ass head in and asks what the fuck they're doing, know what they do? They act normal again, because they have just enough sense to know better. But they have that same sense, that same pedophile instinct that they had. That's why they got hired. So when that the pussy ass commanding officer walks in and asks what the fuck they're doing, know what they do? They act normal again. Oh, we're just doing this. If the government sits in and eavesdrops and sees what they're doing, they act normal. And then as soon as they stop watching, guess what happens? They all turn up again and conduct business as usual and go all out and do exactly what pedophiles do. Take advantage of every situation. In this case, it's a hiding spot. These fucking pedophiles' whole lives revolves around a fucking hiding spot. They don't get paid. That line at the CIA is going to be huge, by the way. They don't get paid. They compete for points. They get to call the police. So here's the best part about it. You know those type of people that actually like could never make it as a police officer, but always wanted to be police? That's what these little pedophiles, that's the same ideology of what these pedophiles get. They have a chance to make contact with law enforcement for the first time in their life, to feel like they're a part of the team. So to a pussy ass pedophile, a little dweeb that got beat up and picked on his whole life, this is a humongous thing to them. They get to feel like they're talking to the police. They get to feel like one of them. Even though these police laugh at these people. As usual. That's all these people have ever done their whole life is get laughed at. They're fucking they're the biggest clowns on planet Earth. So when you give that type of equipment to a pedophile, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do? Their fucking natural pedophile instincts kick in. They take full advantage of that hiding spot. They put their whole life behind it. Literally, you have groups of between 10 and 30 people locked onto one target. They have every advantage possible. They have a hiding spot, a quantum computer, all this technology, directed energy weapons. They broke the technology down so they don't have this many rights. They can't laser beam holes into shit like that. The pussy ass CIA made non-lethal weapons for these pedophiles, just for them, and probably told them these are very dangerous. Now to a pedophile, they're gonna sit there and look at this fucking joystick like it's a fucking brick of gold. For me, I'm gonna look at a brick of gold and I might get a fucking hard on. To these pedophiles that got beat up and picked on their whole life, a joystick with the capabilities of being able to watch people illegally. Do you know what the fuck that's like to a pedophile? A real deal group of fucking human pedophiles hiding in a fucking computer lab with their little tiny dicks. You know why most of them are pedophiles, right? Because their dicks haven't grown since they were like 6 months old. So if they ever had to try to have sexual contact with the opposite sex, they got laughed at and they just never wanted to do it again. It still haunts them to this day. So to get their little peepees hard, they see a joystick and they have a hiding spot. So when you're locked onto somebody like me, who would clean the whole fucking room out by myself, I would literally beat every one of their asses by myself at the same fucking time. So to them, when you have a fucking four-eyed pedophile with a 2-inch dick, missing nuts, in a hiding spot in a computer lab, do you know what the fuck that's like to them? A lot of you targets don't understand. The targets that are out there that are going through this fucking targeting shit, you don't understand. You think it's good people and police watching you. No, these are fucking pedophiles. You think they're scientists? They're not scientists. This is the pedophile state of the government that people are talking about. These are the pedophiles that are sacrificing little kids. These are the pedophiles that the government's hiring. Like I said, if you're still a pedophile and you're not in line, the CIA headquarters, I think it's in Langley, Virginia. They don't have you over there. They spread you pedophiles all over the place. So to all the targets that think these voice to skull groups and these fucking direct energy weapons and the remote neuromonitoring groups are stationed in Langley, Virginia, they would never do that. They have them spread out in every fucking city. How do you think they're able to maneuver through the gang stalking program? Most of these targets are spread out throughout the United States in different states. The majority are all spread out. They do that for a reason too. Because the CIA even kept that in mind. Would you believe that? You got to spread out the targets as far as possible. So you can't have too many of them grouped together because then it's too obvious. And you know how the CIA and the deep state pedophiles feel about obvious stuff. They hide in the shadows and jerk off to little kids. So being obvious to them, you can't be obvious with them. They have to make it as not obvious as possible. Everything's got to be secret. Shh. When you're in that pedophile world. That little secret cult, pussy Freemason shit. And all that pussy ass secret cults and the secret societies. The pussy ass Freemasons are just one part of it. They use the pussy Freemasons. They use them. A lot of police officers are Freemasons. So these little pedophiles, they can't call regular police because the regular police won't understand. They won't be with it. They'll be like, yo, who the fuck are these little weird pedophiles calling me for some science fucking cult? So they gotta use Freemasons. Duh. That's the secret society that the government hires pigs with. So the pussy ass Freemasons that hire the pigs, that's their little secret society in the law enforcement end, in Rochester, New York at least. Your city or your area, I don't know. But in pussy ass Rochester, New York, the little pedophiles that are hiding in the computer lab are in close contact with the pussy ass Freemasons. No way, right? Hard to believe, right? You better believe it. Because these pussy ass Freemason police that work for RPD, they have a bunch of them. There's 3 of them that I know of for sure. They all travel in the squad cars. They go up one number on top of each other. So there's like, I forget, don't quote me on this, but it's like the plate number on the car would be 137. Then the next one was 237. And then the next one was 337. I forget exactly what the numbers are. Don't quote me on the numbers. But the 3 pussy ass Freemason cops in Rochester that deal with this pedophile state of the government, they're Freemasons. So that's one secret society dealing with another pussy ass secret society. You know who keeps secrets, right? You guys know who keeps secrets, right? Bitches, pussies, and pedophiles. The same people that when they go and touch little kids, don't tell your mom, because that's what they do. That's the same shit every single time there's a pedophile situation or a kid touching situation. Don't tell your mom this happened. That's what they do. They have the same mind state. Their whole world is just secrets. Lies and secrets. So like I said, if you're a pedophile, a sexual predator, a rapist, a kid fucker, a child molester, go to the CIA. If you can't find a local CIA branch near you, just go on your phone, go on Google, and type in local FBI or local CIA agency near me. Even the pussy ass FBI, the Federal Bureau of Incest, they're even part of this. Their little pussy ass, their little pussy ass cult, the little secret society that they have with the little the gay department of the FBI, is heavy in Rochester, New York too. There's a pussy ass motherfucker named Vinny who thinks he's a gangster that works for the fucking feds in Rochester, New York, who locks himself into a store and called the police. He called his little pussy ass little brothers to come get me out. Not a gang brothers, but law enforcement brothers. They had to get him out somehow. So the pussy ass FBI in Rochester, New York, they have a lot of ties into this targeting shit, what I'm talking about. They follow you around in your car. They watch you. They do all this. On top of, they have the pedophiles in a computer. Excuse me, in the computer lab, and they watch you without your permission too. So guess what you do? When you're actually right about it, they try to turn up on you. They try to apply pressure to you because they don't want you putting this information out. So I was carrying, one day I swapped it out with a BB gun, right? The pussy ass pedophile call, the little group of pedophiles, the sped group I was telling you about, the one that exists in Rochester, New York, the little special ed group that's been sitting there for 10 years straight, doing absolutely nothing but lying as a reason to watch me. You know what they did? They called Gates Police Department. One of the pussy ass Freemasons in Gates that's tied in with the gay department of the Freemasons, of course, tried to pull up on me and rip my whole car apart. It was a setup. It was right when I left in the morning. 2 of them came out of nowhere. They didn't even have a reason to pull me over. They literally just got right behind me. One got in front of me, one got behind me. And I tricked the little pedophiles that are in the group. And I told them I had a SIG 9 on me. So know what they did? What pedophiles do best when they feel like they're part of law enforcement? Guess what, guys? He's in gates. He's got a Sig 9 on him. I take off, I turn my key forward. I didn't even speed. All my signals. Man, they fucking barricaded me, bro. Searching my whole truck. Guess what they found? A fucking BB gun. This is how I figured out they were calling the police, by the way. So these little pussy ass fucking pedophiles that they have sitting in these computer labs, when you start getting leverage or you start getting close to finding out any truth, know what they do? They call the pussy ass Freemasons that are a part of the little pedophile cult. Oh, and here's the other thing too. If you're not in line at the CIA or the FBI right now and you're still watching and you're a sexual predator, I'm gonna let you know. Just to let you know, these people that are part of the Freemasons and you know the FBI, they all hate you guys, by the way. They fucking hate you. They laugh at you. But you should be used to that. You've got laughed at your whole life. That's why you went and fucking raped a little kid. So you should be used to that. But the FBI hates you. The pussy ass Freemasons hate you. The RPDs hate you. They all laugh at you. They think you're a fucking joke. Because just even though they're a part of a pussy ass operation, they don't even know what the fuck they're a part of. Because like I said in the beginning, refer back to the pussy ass CIA. They take advantage of everybody. So these fucking police, they don't understand what they're signing up for. Until it's too late. And then they're stuck in the shit. So the pussy ass CIA, once again, takes advantage of everybody. So the RPDs that are a part of this shit, they hate these motherfuckers. They clown them. I know firsthand because I actually heard some shit. But I know physically, in reality, everybody hates these motherfuckers. So if you're a sexual predator and you thought you were going to get a job with the CIA and the FBI and shit like that, you have an opportunity. But just to let you know, when they're going to make you feel like you're important, you're still not important. Because the little pussy cults, the little pedophile cults that the government's using, everybody still fucking hates them. The only people that can tolerate sitting next to them is their own kind. Which is kid fuckers, sexual predators, and fucking retards. They're the only people that can tolerate. You have to live in a computer lab. You have to live in a computer lab. You have a little bunk bed. It's like prison. The only difference between what these pedophiles have working for the government and prison is they have a quantum computer in their room. Other than that, they get their fat, ugly bitches. They feed them 3 times a day. They feed these little dick pussy ass pedophiles. They feed them 3 meals a day. And these dudes are so pussy that the females probably take their food. Because they're fat, lazy bitches. And they sit their fat, jelly roll, fucking roly-poly asses in a chair all day. And just watch the little gay dweebs hide from somebody like me and talk shit to them through a satellite. Because that's what this is coming down to. What's the reason for still sitting there? Let them tell you. They'll have a whole bunch of lies. Because that's what pedophiles do. That's what they do. They lie about everything. The same reason why you hired them. Same thing the CIA is going to do when they get caught. No shit. This is the government. And people want to justify flying a red, white, and blue flag. I'm not a terrorist, but shit, I would love to leave this fucking country, bro. I can't. I got felonies on my record. I would love to get the fuck out of here. This country is a fucking joke. The only time I'll see a red, white, and blue flag is if I wipe my ass with it. To all you patriots out there, oh, that's disrespectful. Bruh, try getting targeted by the United States government for fucking 10 years straight. Trying to fucking kill you with the FBI. Trying to kill you with law enforcement hiring street people. Trying to poison you when you're sleeping. Trying to kill you when you're sleeping. all ran by guess who? The same fucking flag that you got in your front lawn that's fucking floating like this, that should have shit stains on it, bro. Them same pussy ass motherfuckers that you think are so highly of right now, bro, they will target your fucking kids and do the same shit to them without even hesitating. Because it's the pedophile pussy department of the government. I'm a loner. I've always been like that. I've always been a loner. I've always had beef with my family. But it's not because of bad mistakes. It's because I've done criminal stuff. Bad criminal stuff. Not sexual misconduct, because there's no forgiving sexual misconduct. You have your street criminals and you have your sexual misconduct criminals. That's what they are. These are scum of the earth. Okay, I'm not justifying that being a criminal is good, but there's levels to it. There's a big difference between going and selling some drugs to somebody, or robbing somebody, or going and selling drugs to somebody, and being a sexual predator. These decisions that you make being a criminal, making criminal decisions, selling drugs to somebody because you have no money, that's the motive. You don't have any money, so you're selling quick drugs to make a couple bucks to feed yourself. Or you rob somebody because why? You're hungry, you don't have any money, you don't have anyone to help you. You steal from somebody, you rob somebody. I could understand that. I can appreciate the value in that because I've been there and I've had to make bad decisions before. But to physically go and decide to go touch an underage kid, there is literally no excuse for that. You cannot justify that to anybody. There is no excuse. You can't justify that. You can justify going and selling drugs. You can justify that. It's wrong. Everybody knows that. It's wrong, okay? According to who? A judge that had a silver spoon in his mouth? Never had to struggle a day in his life? A judge that was born into a lawyer position because his family was lawyers. He became a lawyer. He never had to worry about money in his life. So to a fucking judge, oh yeah, you went and robbed somebody, you're gonna sit in prison. But to somebody that's had it rough and had to go snatch a purse or had to go steal their fucking meal for the night, I can relate to that. But there will never be anything that you can relate to with a kid toucher. There will never be an excuse for that. You had a sexual urge? That's what they make grown women for. There will never be an excuse for that, no matter how you look at it. And want to know the craziest part about it? The government knows that about these people. That's why they hire them and they stick them in the room together. Because anyone that's that desperate, that'll make that stupid of a decision, will be stupid enough to target a 5-year-old kid without even hesitating. That's why they hire kid fuckers. Because if you could put a bunch of them in a fucking room together, voila. You get free information for the government, data collection. They compete for points, and they'll target anybody you point at. Even 5-year-old little kids. That's why they hire these fucking scumbags. They think they graduated from pedophilia into a science call. So when the pussy ass commanding officer or whatever handler walks his pussy ass into the room and asks them why they're targeting someone like me, know what they do? They lie and tell them it's something that they did and they blame it on the target. Meaning, they'll ask the group leader, the pedophile group leader, why are you watching this guy? Know what this little dick pussy will do? He'll make up a complete lie. Whether it's something to do with some sexually explicit shit, some underage shit. The little pedophile that's sitting in the real kid fucker that's sitting in a room, the one that actually went and molested a little kid, will actually lie and tell the group leader or the handler that they're targeting me or any other target because of the reason why they got put in the fucking room. That's the irony behind this. Targets are getting targeted by fucking real kid fuckers. And then the reason why they're telling people they're targeting people is because of their poor decisions. They're blaming their poor decisions on the targets. My record speaks for itself. You could search my fucking name. I got all criminal shit on my record. I got a track record a mile long. 0 of my charges have ever been, there's never been anything expunged on my record. Nothing missing from my record. Every one of my charges has been assault, possession of drugs, possession of deadly weapons, burglaries, criminal mischief. 0 of all my charges, which is like 3 pages long, 0 of my 3 pages long of charges has ever been close to any sexual misconduct. Now, if the pussy ass CI gay goes to these little child molester groups that they have and pulls their records, I bet you'll find a lot of different information. Happy science cults and fucking, I believe something to do with SNP in Rochester. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Secret neighborhood pussies. I don't know what the fuck that stands for. Science fucking, who knows. But the little secret neighborhood pussies that are in Rochester, New York, I bet you, government, you fucking retard fucks, how do you get tricked by pedophiles? I bet you pull the group leader's fucking file and he has nothing but sexual misconduct on his record. Down to the people that are sitting around him. Find out their fucking names in your little fucking computer lab. I know you don't care, right? Because as long as they're bringing you information, that's all you care about, right? You're letting them use your quantum computer, though, to make themselves feel like they grew some nuts over fucking 10 years from hiding from somebody. I bet you if you check your little pedophile group leader's fucking record, I would be willing to bet this amount of money that he's got sexual misconduct on his fucking record. And I bet you if you give him a drug test, they'll all fail drug tests too. And I bet you, on top of that, if you give them a lie detector test, give them a polygraph, every one of them will fail for the reasons why they're even watching me. You give me a polygraph, I'll take a polygraph as soon as they're gone. Give me a polygraph all day, I'll take one. I have no problems doing that. But when my brain is attached to a fucking interface and they can just press a button anytime you ask me a question, I'm not taking no fucking polygraph. Until you get these little pedophiles off of my nuts, I'm not gonna do that shit. But I will take it as soon as you do your fucking job and get your little fucking terrorist pedophiles to fuck off my nuts. I'm suggesting to you that you give these little pussies a polygraph. Every one of your little group members is gonna fail. You give them a drug test, and the group leader who's in charge of all these little pussies probably has a list of charges all dealing with sexual misconduct. How much money is in my pocket? Well, the amount of money that I have for their location. Anybody knows where the fuck they're hiding these little pussy ass motherfuckers in Rochester, New York? I got a whole bunch of money for you, bro. Cause if the pussy ass CI gay is not gonna fucking take care of business like they're supposed to and clean up their fucking mess, then somebody's gotta do it. Is that a terroristic threat? It's really not. It's called self-defense. I don't see nobody doing shit about it. What does the law enforcement do about this shit? Besides turn the other cheek. Somebody's got to do this shit, bro. May as well let it be me. I got a whole bunch of money, bro. You saw how much money I got in my pocket. Here, let me show you again. The first half of that is all hundreds, by the way. The rest is all mixed match. But, hey, you give me the fucking location, I give you every dollar in my fucking pocket because I can start up back from scratch. I've done it several times. They can't, but I can. I can start with $0 tomorrow and run it back up again. Get rid of the fucking real threat, the pedophiles and the computer labs. They're the issue. I'm doing great. All legal too, by the way. Everything I'm doing right now is all legitimate. I'm a lead technician where I work at. I'm doing wonderful. I'm making 30 plus an hour fresh out of prison. Any reason why your little pedophiles are still locked onto me? Other than lies? Go give them a polygraph. Go give them a drug test. All your stuff, all the answers will make sense to you guys now. Take your group leader, beat that motherfucker to death, and put his bitch ass under the jail.